It's coffee time. You might notice that I look kind of like a blue person right now. I don't know why, but tonight, very specifically, when I have this light on, I look like a white lighter from Charmed. Like my body is just turning into light and I'm going to disappear. So I figured rather than go along with that, I would just turn all of the lights off and be a blue person. Thought that was the best course of action. By the way, just got done watching the movie Anna Karenina, and it was great. Like, I didn't know anybody who really said anything about Anna Karenina when it came out, which blows my mind after watching that movie. And it might just be because I'm a huge theater person. Any of you who are big into theater and have not seen Anna Karenina, you need to watch it. Not only because Tom Stoppard is amazing and brilliant and wonderful, and I might have an old magazine clipping of him from like years ago that I still have. I've thought before about getting it framed. Is that weird? It's like this really, really old magazine print that I just had to just keep because I loved Tom Stoppard so much. But Rosencrantz and Guildenstern is my favorite play of all time. And I love all of the movie screenplays that he's made. Like, mwah. But for whatever reason, Anna Karenina was totally off my radar. And I didn't, I was about to say don't, but now I do. I didn't know what Anna Karenina was about. I had no idea what the story was. And when I watched it, I was like, oh my God. I don't think that I've ever seen a movie that is a period piece in a framework like this. And it worked so well. It was incredible. It was set up as though the entire thing was a play, and yet some parts of it took place in reality. And it was all very metaphorical, and I loved it. I thought it was incredible. And like, it was basically what a play would be like if the play had a movie budget. I was just like, oh, it's so great. And the cast is fantastic. It was awesome. It was great. So, you know, if you're a big theater person, I think that you should totally watch Anna Karenina. That's all. That's all I have to say about that. I was over there because Sam and Isaac both love Dark Souls a lot, and Dark Souls 2 is coming out soon. So they were like, you know what we should do? We should play through Dark Souls. So they've spent the last like 2 days just playing Dark Souls. It's that sort of a vortex. Anybody that I know that loves Dark Souls, they just, the second you start playing, you can't stop. And it's very strange because I never felt that way about those games. But Sam is determined to make me play Dark Souls 2, and I don't really have any interest. I'll try it, but I honestly don't really have any interest in it. So I just don't want to see the look of bitter disappointment in his eyes when I'm just like, eh. But who knows? Maybe I'll love it. Who knows? I should give it a shot. I'm going to give it a shot. It's just, you know, I just didn't like the other two games. They didn't capture me. They weren't the sort of game that I really loved playing. But apparently Dark Souls 2 is going to be dope, so might as well try it. Might as well try it, right? Made dinner again tonight, and used a George Foreman grill for the first time tonight, which was interesting because, you know, George Foreman's they're grills, they grill from both sides at the same time, and they're sloped so that all of the juices and the fat and whatever will just drain off into this little dish. Very nice if you're the sort of person who wants to make an au jus. Anyway, so we bought little... I'm like stalling because I'm trying to figure out in what order to tell this story. So I realized just now that not all of you probably have this, but in... Why am I brain farting so bad? So, like, sometimes in stores, there's, like, the normal meat section, and then there's the discount meat section, right? The reason that I'm telling you this is because I realized this wouldn't be just a given, because it definitely wasn't a given in my old town. Like, it was just, here's your meat, you buy it, right? But here, I've noticed that a lot of times there's, like, a discount meat section. Like, this meat is not bad, it's just not, you know, soup's fresh. So it's a little bit cheaper. So found a couple of steaks there. And you don't ever want to buy that meat unless you're going to cook it that night, right? But I was going to. So bought a couple of real cheap steaks. and then had some asparagus in the fridge and decided to make that, and then decided to make a pasta salad. And I was so hoping, because most of the time when I make food, we don't have any leftovers. So I was so hoping that this pasta salad was going to make enough that, you know, we could eat as much as we wanted. And Jeannie was going to be coming over. So I was like, okay, we're feeding 3 people. So I wanted to make sure that we had enough that we could all eat and have leftovers. So imagine my surprise when it turned out that this recipe made so much. Like, I just decided to chop up everything. I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to use up all the stuff, just everything. So I did. And then along with a bunch of, like a ton of pasta, it wound up being so much food. I was like, oh, which is great. It's fine because we have leftovers. We have things that I can just go to the fridge and eat for lunch, and that's so exciting. So I'm gonna have pasta salad for lunch tomorrow. I still have a little bit of leftover chicken, so I can put chicken in the pasta salad. Look, life is good food-wise. Life is doing very well. And I looked up 8 or 9 different like kind of oil mixes to put on the pasta salad, because I was like, I don't want to just like drizzle it with olive oil. Like, there's got to be something else. So I looked at a bunch of them and just kind of mishmashed them together, and it wound up delicious. I put it was sesame oil, grapeseed oil, some ground up ginger, soy sauce, low sodium soy sauce, and sesame seeds, and just like put it in a Tupperware container and just shook it real hard, and then added that to the pasta like once it was all done, and it was great. I love sesame oil though. Sesame oil is one of those things where it's really dangerous because it's so potent and you just want to keep putting more on there, but when you eat it, if you put too much on there, you're just going to want to die. But if you put the right amount on there, you're just like, oh my god, sesame oil is so good. So it's terrifying to me when I go to use it. I'm like, don't use too much. Don't use too much or it's all going to fall apart. I almost forgot the best part of today. So we gave Watson a bath, and it was amazing. And we filmed it. And I was like, man, she really needs a bath. And Sam was like, we gotta film that. And I was like, you're right. We do gotta film that. And it is so adorable. And I'm excited to cut that footage together because, man, she smells amazing now. She smells like poop all the time. And I think it's because she's not like Sherlock. Sherlock is so big that he just kind of like, and then, you know, does his business and then has to like stand kind of outside of the litter box in order to like cover it up, and like litter gets everywhere. For her, she's small enough that she just like digs. She just like dig, and then does her business, and then like just is in there for such long periods of time that she just smells like litter and poop a lot. So I was like, man, you need a bath. And I'm so glad that we gave her a bath. She's all fluffy and smells amazing. And I'm just so happy. I was snuggling her so hard. I was like, you're the cutest, sweetest kitty in the world. And she was like, oh, get out of here. Stop it. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun to look at the footage of that, because I don't know, like at a certain point I was like, I need your help. And so we busted out the tripod and put like the camera on the tripod, but who knows, we might have just like been covering the camera the whole time by accident, because like, you know, with a cat that doesn't really want to be there, there's a certain point where you're like, okay, if I let go of the cat will run away, but I need 2 hands to open up the shampoo. What do I do? So it'll be fun. It'll be fun to look at all that footage and do that. 'Cause kittens, right? 'Cause kittens. I'm so curious how much bigger she's going to get. I don't think that she's going to get that much bigger than she is now. I think she's going to wind up just being a small cat, which is fine, obviously. But it's going to be hilarious next to Sherlock, who is a large cat. He's a very large cat. But I do love them both. I just got suddenly concerned, like, where are they? I wonder where my cats are. They're probably snug in Sam. Whatever. just talking about how much I love them, and they're off with someone else. It's fine. But seriously, go watch Anna Karenina. It's like such a good movie. I was really impressed. I was really impressed with that movie. Like the execution of it. Yeah.
There you are. It's like you knew I loved you.
Sherlock came to say hello. I'm going to go to bed. I hope you guys had an amazing day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Mwah.